Hello students, today we discuss few new topics related to magnetism of earth. Okay, magnetic property of earth. That means general feature of earth magnetic field. You know that I told you earth has its own magnetic field around it. Okay, and why this magnetic field create? Due to the molten state of iron and nickel in its core, and this molten lava or this molten thing continuously revolving in inner core of earth. Okay, and this revolving molten lava forms a current loop. Okay, forms a current loop type structure, and you know that a current loop always produces a magnetic field. That's why earth behave also as a magnet or as a bar magnet inside its core. Okay, so first of all, let's see what are the poles of earth and what is the difference between geographic poles and magnetic pole of earth. If this is the figure of earth, okay, this is the figure of earth, then the geographical poles of earth exist where earth can rotate. Okay, or we can also say that the rotational axis of earth has its geographical pole. That means this pole is mg and this pole is sg. Okay, and what the mean of capital ng? Capital ng means geographical north pole. Geographical north pole. That means the geographical north pole and the magnetic north pole are quite two different things. Okay, geographical north pole and magnetic north pole are not inclined. Okay, magnetic poles or magnetic north pole makes some angle with geographic north pole, and that angle is called inclination. That angle is called declination angle. Okay, or angle between geographical north pole and magnetic north pole. Okay, so this is our geographical north pole coincide with axis of rotation. Okay, rotational axis. This is also called rotational axis. Now we make our magnetic poles which form an angle with that means this is denoted by Nm and this is denoted by Sn, where Nm is magnetic north pole. Magnetic north pole. Okay, so this is very important point, and the angle between them is 11.3 degree. Okay, the angle between them is 11.3 degree. Angle is theta, and the theta value is 11.3 degree. Okay, so you can see that if I talk about equatorial line of geographic poles, then this will be equatorial line. This will be equatorial line of geographic poles. Okay, and this is the this will be the magnetic equatorial line. This will be magnetic equatorial line. This will be magnetic equatorial line. This is geographic equatorial line. Geographic equatorial line, and this will be magnetic equatorial line. Okay, so this is the property of geographic pole and magnetic pole. Okay, I hope you understand. Now we discuss our next topic, which is magnetic elements. Okay, our next topic is magnetic elements. So there is some elements related to earth magnetic field which help us to determine the direction and magnitude, of magnitude at any place of earth magnetic field. Okay, so these are the magnetic elements of earth. Magnetic elements So let's see. Magnetic elements of earth at any place are the quantities magnetic elements of earth at any place are the quantities which help us describe completely about magnitude and direction of magnetic field of earth at any place, okay, of earth at that place, okay. So this is the definition of magnetic elements. And what are the magnetic elements? We see them one by one. Okay, so please note down this definition for magnetic elements. Now we will discuss our first element, which is magnetic declination. Magnetic declination. Our first element is magnetic declination. Okay, so recall the figure. That is, if this is the earth and this is the geographical axis, and a magnetic axis makes the angle theta with geographical axis, then this theta will known as magnetic declination angle. Okay, magnetic declination is a small angle. This is the small angle between the small angle between the small angle between geographical axis and magnetic axis the small angle between geographical axis and magnetic axis is known as magnetic declination. Okay, so this is your rotational axis or geographical axis, which is denoted by north G. Okay, and this is your north magnetic. Okay, that means theta will be your declination angle. Okay, theta will be your declination angle. Okay, so theta will be your declination angle. I hope you understand well. Okay, now I will show you this magnetic declination in respect to other things which is related to this geographical axis and magnetic axis. Okay, now if we show a diagram related to magnetic axis and geographical axis and having a plane with the axis, if this is the if there is an axis of magnetic field or magnetic axis which is named as CD, and geographical axis makes angle with this magnetic axis as C dash D. Okay, so if we show a plane perpendicular to CD, then this plane is known as magnetic meridian. Okay, this plane is known as magnetic meridian. This plane is known as magnetic meridian. So CD is magnetic axis. Okay, magnetic axis, and C dash D is geographical axis. And the plane ABCD is the magnetic meridian at magnetic axis CD. Okay, so this is called magnetic meridian, or this plane is called magnetic meridian. Okay, and the theta angle will be here for and the theta angle is declination angle between magnetic axis and geographical axis. You know that very well. Okay, now I denote vertical plane CDAB, vertical plane CDAB passing through passing through magnetic axis of CD, passing through magnetic axis CD, passing through magnetic axis CD is magnetic meridian. Okay, magnetic meridian, magnetic meridian. Okay, same as if CDAB is a magnetic meridian, then same as the vertical plane passing through geographical axis C-DD, okay, which is AB dash C dash D. Okay, so A, B dash, C dash and D is geographical meridian, is geographical meridian. Okay, now if I told you this is the net magnetic field, this is the direction of net magnetic field of Earth, this is the direction of magnetic field, net magnetic field of Earth, which is denoted by BE, and this, because this magnetic field makes an angle with these meridians or these planes, then the Earth magnetic field has two components, a component with horizontal line and a second component is with vertical line. Okay, so we assume this is our component of this magnetic field of Earth, net magnetic field of Earth along a horizontal line, and it is denoted as H, and this is denoted as H. Okay, and one more component of magnetic field of Earth along vertical line, which is denoted as capital V, and the angle between horizontal component and net magnetic field of Earth is denoted by delta. Okay, now this delta is the another angle between horizontal component and magnetic field of Earth, is known as inclination angle, okay, or dip angle. So this angle is known as dip angle. Now our second magnetic element of related to Earth magnetism is, I hope you note all these terms, okay, because these terms are very important to relate the formula which I am going to discuss. Okay, now if you see the second magnetic element related to Earth magnetism is inclination angle, inclination angle or dip angle, okay. So this is the angle between net magnetic field of Earth, angle between magnetic field of Earth, magnetic field of Earth and horizontal component and horizontal component of BE, that means magnetic field of Earth, is known as dip angle. Okay, is known as dip angle or inclination angle. So this is the definition of inclination angle. Now we discuss some mathematical representation. Mathematical representation related to horizontal component and vertical component. Okay, so the please note down this definition about inclination angle. Now we discuss horizontal component. We discuss about horizontal and vertical component. Okay, so the third element of related to earth magnetic field is horizontal and vertical component. Okay, if you see, we can see that the horizontal component H along the direction of AB, okay, horizontal component of earth magnetic field which is BE, horizontal component of BE which is H along the direction of AB, H equals to H cos delta, because you know that cos is always comes with horizontal component and sin always comes with vertical component. That means same as vertical component क्या होगा हमारे इस समय, vertical component की अगर बात करें, vertical component which is V along AD तो वो क्या हो जाएगा हमारा, equals to V sin delta. This is our second equation and this is our first equation. Now we can relate equation number 1 and equation number 2 as sorry, one mistake, there is a one mistake. H equals to and V equals to, these are the cos component of magnetic field of Earth, that means BE. Okay, BE cos delta, and there is also BE sin delta. Now these are the horizontal, this is the horizontal component, this is the vertical component. Now if we divide equation number 2 to 1, if we divide equation number 2 with respect to 1, then we get our relation as vertical component upon horizontal component as tan delta, and this is the relation between vertical component and horizontal component. Okay, so there is a various numericals is examiner asking about vertical component and horizontal component. Okay, he gives a angle delta and a vertical component and asking me the horizontal component, or giving a horizontal component asking vertical component. Okay, loss vertical component. Now we discuss some another thing related to this horizontal and vertical components. When the angle vary according to the place of Earth, that means if we talk about horizontal component of Earth magnetic field at equator of Earth and at the magnetic poles of Earth, then what happened with horizontal component? Okay, so first we talk about when we are present at magnetic poles of Earth. Okay, the horizontal component at magnetic poles of Earth, at magnetic poles of Earth. That means at this time the delta will be 90 degree. Okay, if you put delta equal to 90 degree in equation as horizontal components, horizontal, you know that the horizontal component value is magnetic field of earth and cos delta. When we put delta is equal to 90, this whole component and this whole term become as 0. That means the horizontal component become as 0, and this is the minimum value of H. Okay, so this is the minimum value of horizontal component comes at magnetic poles. Okay, comes at magnetic poles. Now we talk about equator. Horizontal component at equator. Now when we measure our horizontal component of magnetic field of earth at equator, then delta will be 0 degree, and when we put 0 degree in this equation, then we get our maximum horizontal component as BE cos 0 degree. That means cos 0 is 1, that means H will be BE, and which is maximum. Okay, so this is maximum component of horizontal when we measure this term at the equator. Okay, so I hope you understand this whole terminology related to earth magnetic fields. Okay, there is another things which are compulsory to discuss related to diamagnetism and ferromagnetism topic, which is susceptibility of material. Okay, which is susceptibility of material. We discuss magnetization and magnetic field intensity in this topic. Okay, magnetization and magnetic field intensity. Okay, if we talk about magnetization, then this is the net magnetic moment per unit volume. Okay, if I talk about magnetization, then it is denoted by, capital M, and this is the net magnetic moment with respect to unit volume. Okay, so this is the magnetization. Okay, now if consider a solenoid, okay, having length L, having n turn per unit length, then what will be the magnetic field inside the solenoid is B naught equals to N I. Okay, Ni, and there is a free space permeability which is mu naught. Okay, so this is the equation of magnetic field inside a solenoid. If we place a magnetic material inside the solenoid, then the magnetic field of solenoid becomes B equals to magnetic field due to only solenoid and the magnetic field due to that material. Okay, so Bm is the magnetic field due to the material inside the solenoid. If I talk about, if there is a core and there is a wrap up winding, and this will make a solenoid. If we place a material inside a solenoid which is which is a magnetic material, then there is a net magnetic field with sum of magnetic field due to solenoid and the material inside it. Okay, so what is the value of Bm? The value of Bm equals to mu naught and m. Okay, mu naught and m, where m is the magnetization of material, where m is the magnetization of material. Okay, please note down all this formula. Okay, where m is the magnetization of material and mu naught is the permeability of free space. So we can say that these formulas related to magnetization and magnetic field. Okay, now let's discuss about magnetic field intensity. Magnetic field intensity is defined as magnetomotive force, okay, per unit length. Okay, what is the magnetomotive force? The magnetomotive force is N into I. Okay, N into where N is the number of turn and I is the current in that loop upon the length. Okay, this is the magnetic field intensity. But if I talk about magnetic field intensity in terms of magnetic field B, then H becomes mu into B. Okay, mu into B. And where is the mu is? And where mu is? Where mu is mu naught and mu r. Okay, mu is absolute permeability, and absolute permeability equals to product of free space permeability and relative permeability. Okay, I hope you understand. And the value of relative permeability equals to 1 plus susceptibility. This term, maybe you are unknown with this term. This term is susceptibility of material. Okay, susceptibility of material. And what the mean of it? Susceptibility means how a material respond with external magnetic field. Okay, it is a measure how the material responds with external magnetic field. This is called susceptibility. And it is the measure of how a material responds with respect to external magnetic field, Okay, so I hope you understand these things, because these things are very important numericals, one-liner numericals asking from there. Okay, so I recommend you to remember these all formulas. Okay, so I hope you understand today's lecture.